Hi, have you ever wondered how to set up your Skywatcher Star Adventure during the day in preparation for the upcoming solar eclipse? I have a method that may work for you after I've made several trial and error attempts myself, and some tips for tracking at the end of the video, so stay tuned. Hi, I'm Alan Lebrecht, and I'm an adventurer, landscape, and nature photographer in upstate New York. This channel documents my adventures hiking, backpacking, canoeing, and camping into some remote areas in order to get unique landscape and nature photos. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please be sure to subscribe below and click the notification bell for any future video uploads. Have you ever wondered how you could align your Skywatcher Star Adventure, or any star tracker for that matter, during the day when you can't see Polaris, at least in the Northern Hemisphere? For the upcoming solar eclipse, I need a method to be able to align my star tracker during the day to track the sun during the eclipse with minimal adjustment. I found such a tool on the App Store for my iPhone called PolarScope Align Pro. I won't go into every option within the PolarScope Align Pro, but I will cover two tools that I think will help you in aligning your star tracker for capturing the solar eclipse. One, obviously, is the daytime no polar scope alignment tool, and the second is the bubble level tool to help prepare your tracker for alignment. The first step is going to be to set your star tracker up so that it's parallel with the ground. Next, I take a piece of double-sided tape about 1 inch square and I apply it to the declination base. Place your cell phone so that it is in line with the star tracker, with the top facing away from the star tracker, and push it down onto the double-faced tape on top of the declination plate. Open the bubble level tool by clicking on the icon that looks like a compass with a bubble in the middle. Ensure that the bubble level on the left side is centered in the level. Next, you can begin to align the left-right bubble level, which is located at the top, so that it is also centered. Once both bubbles on the left and on the top have been centered and shows level, the center bubble level should also be pretty close to center. Once everything inside the bubble level tool is level, use the compass feature to point your star tracker in the rough direction of north. You can then close out of that tool and click on the sun icon that brings you to the daytime no polar scope alignment tool. Start turning the knob until you see the crosshairs slowly descend towards the bullseye. Since you may not be perfectly aligned with north, I would just ensure that the horizontal line matches up with the spaces that are inside the bullseye. Once that's complete, you can make the minor adjustments to move the bullseye left or right depending on how far off from north that you are. Once the white dot is in the bullseye, you should be relatively close to being aligned with Polaris. The next step would be to take the star tracker into the field and practice with the sun to ensure that the tracking speed keeps the sun centered within your frame. Now for my additional tips. Ensure that your tripod or tripod head are level. I found that when I was testing, if I didn't check that, I could potentially get drift from side to side or up and down within my frame when the tracker was moving. Also, I would do a 5 to 10 minute test to see if there's any drift up or down, but not side to side. I would set up 5-second intervals to take a photo. So within every 60 seconds, I was taking 12 photos, obviously, and for 5 minutes, you end up with 60 individual photos. You can then take a look at those photos and check to see if there is any drift up or down. If the drift appears to go up, then you will need to make minor modifications to your star tracker to move it slightly east. If the sun is drifting down in your frame, as in this example, then you will need to make modifications to slightly adjust the tracker to the west. Finally, you could double check your settings by attaching your laser pointer to your star tracker and going out at night and pointing it at Polaris. I did this just to double check to see how the polar alignment tool worked in relation to the actual laser pointer on the star tracker. And you may still have to babysit during the eclipse to make minor adjustments, but you will still be able to enjoy the eclipse a lot more without having to worry about the sun drifting out of your frame. It may also be beneficial, and I plan to do this, by tethering your camera to your laptop to track progress on screen and to double check to make sure that your camera is in focus and that the sun is staying within the frame. I hope this tutorial helps you capture great eclipse photos, and I hope you enjoy the experience. In my next video, I hope to have highlights and lessons learned from the actual event. Now go out and capture great light.